Up with KREM begins now.
Right now on Up with KREM, the Corkscrew Fire continues to burn near Fort Washington. It is now over 14,000 acres and still growing. Nicole Hernandez joins us live from the command center.
Yeah, that's right. Fire crews are just now finishing up their debrief before they head out for another day of fighting this fire.
And as crisis unfolds in Afghanistan, photos are gaining traction on social media. But are they accurate? Our Verify team is looking into which ones are real and which ones are from completely different events.
And of course, we're going to take you outside, talk a little bit of cloud cover as we start the day, but we're talking good air quality across the inland Northwest.
Good morning. Thanks so much for joining us on Up with KREM. I'm Tim Pham.
And I'm Channing Curtis. Well, the Corkscrew Fire that actually started over the weekend continues to grow, and it has now grown to 15,000 acres in just about 3 days.
Well, parts of Stevens County are still under that level 3 go now evacuation this morning. Our Nicole Hernandez joining us from the command center in 9 Mile with the very latest. And Nicole, we've seen the firefighters getting ready for their day. What are you seeing right now?
Yeah, that's right. Right now they are just actually finishing up that debrief meeting that they have every morning before going out and relieving those overnight crews that have been fighting the fire throughout the night. So take a look here. You can see that they're all lined up having their meeting right now. They go over the maps, everything that is planned out for the day. But overnight we did get an update. They said that weather came in and actually calmed down the fire, which is great news. They got some rain on the north end of the fire that helped out, and they were able to get a dozer line on the south end of the fire, all really just to help stop that forward progression, stop the fire from moving any further at this point. So here's what you need to know about evacuations right now. The red area west of Ford and north of Tum is under level 3 evacuations. That means get out now if you live in that area. Level 2 evacuations are in place for the area south of Clayton. Southeast of Springdale is under level 1 evacuations. You can find an evacuation map on KREM.com. Now FEMA has authorized funds to help aid in this fire, but local crews say they just don't have enough resources.
They're spread very thin. In all resources, all fires have been spread very thin during this year.
Now this is the 6th fire that FEMA has approved help for during 2021. 20 buildings have been impacted by the fire, with at least 12 homes completely destroyed. Like I mentioned, they are working on stopping that fire from moving any further, burning any more ground at this point. It is sitting at that 14,000 acres still from overnight. But when we were talking with Isabel, she did say that as they start to build a containment line around the fire and stop that forward progression, that there will still be active flames burning in the middle of the fire. So expect to see smoke for quite some time here. Live in Stevens County, I'm Nicole Hernandez.
Well, you can find a full list of evacuations on KREM.com, or you can text the word FIRE to 509-448-2000, and we'll send that right to your phone.
Now let's go ahead and check in with our meteorologist, Jeremy Legoo, because Jeremy, a lot of people have questions about how these wildfires will impact any other parts of the area, rather, with all of the smoke coming from them.
Yeah, you know, when it comes to the wildfires, the smoke and the growing of those fires, we are going to actually catch a little bit of a break today. Now, yesterday, we saw some pretty incredible rainfall totals there in Stevens County, not too far from where Nicole stands. I'm actually just going to scroll down quick and just take a look. Wellpinnet picked up almost a ½ an inch of rain. Kettle Falls, a little more than 4/10 of an inch of rain. And oh man, quite a few areas. Colville, about 4/10 of an inch of rain. So a lot of rain fell in needed areas yesterday, even though we didn't see too much here in places like Spokane or Coeur d'Alene. Now, when it comes to that rain, it arrived with a trough. That trough does a few things. One is it cools us down. The other is it adds a little bit of a lift to the atmosphere, an overall general slight lift. The opposite of a high pressure center, which adds just a little bit of sinking to the atmosphere. And that subtle difference means instead of the smoke coming straight down to the ground, it has time to kind of go up and move before it settles or spreads out. So what we wind up seeing is improved air quality throughout the day today. Temps are in the mid-50s early on this morning, 62 there in Wenatchee. So a nice, calm, cool start to our Wednesday. A little bit of cloud cover, but expect that cloud cover to start to move out throughout the day. I think we wind up mostly sunny this afternoon, but with that trough in place, you're going to say, oh, is it fall? Does it feel like fall? Unfortunately, we are far from fall, and we're far from being done with some of those warmer days. But for now, I'm telling you to enjoy today while you still can. Temps in the mid-70s and mostly sunny skies or partly cloudy skies, we'll call it. And good air quality? Well, this is about as good as it gets right now, so you gotta enjoy it.
It is time now for your morning rush. More news in less time.
Growing COVID concerns did not stop thousands of people from attending the Grant County Fair for its opening day. On Tuesday, to try to keep things under control, the fair provided masks, hand sanitizer, and extra hand washing stations. Now they're asking people to wear masks when indoors, and there will be an on-site vaccine clinic this evening, but neither masks nor vaccines are required.
We're doing a lot of things to try to make it not a super spreader, and we also put out on our Facebook page, hey look, if you're nervous about large crowds, then don't come to fair. We totally understand. We hope to see you next year. But I think the ball was rolling to the point where I think it would be difficult to shut it down now.
The fair director also told KREM if the state were to change course, the issue some sort of way of a mask mandate, they'd be prepared to at least post the signage to accommodate.
The FDA says more than 130 dogs may have died after eating contaminated food in the past year made by Midwestern Pet Foods. So check the labels on your pet's food this morning. The agency says toxic mold was found in Sport Mix and other brands made by the company. Yesterday, the FDA sent Midwestern a warning letter giving it 15 days to fix violations found during inspections of its facilities.
The Whitman County Health Department says there is a drastic increase in hospitalizations and testing needs for unvaccinated community members. They say in the first 2 weeks of August, 86% of hospitalized COVID patients were unvaccinated, and about 90% of the people that tested positive were unvaccinated. So they're now warning people of the burden this puts on the medical community.
The TSA is extending its face mask requirement in airports and on flights. Their current mandate was scheduled to expire in September, but will now be extended until at least January. The mask mandate also applies to public transportation on trains, subways, and buses.
The Washington State Department of Health issuing up new COVID-19 guidelines for their K-12 sports. Student athletes will not be required to wear masks while competing this year. Unvaccinated students will still need to undergo COVID-19 screenings, and masks will be required among all students and staff while not competing.
Well, that's your morning rush. More news in less time. Let us know what's happening in your neighborhood by using the hashtag #UpWithKREM on social media.
This morning, the main priority of the U.S. government is evacuating people from Afghanistan safely. Now we have ways you can help new refugees as they travel to the U.S.
And outside, we got a little bit of cloud cover early this morning, but we've got good air quality. We're talking air quality, cool temps, and when the sun returns in your full forecast.
But first, we are tracking several wildfires in the area, heading over to North Idaho where the Character Complex is pushing almost 11,000 acres. Level 3 evacuation notices are in place for people who live nearby. Right now, power is out in all Level 3 evacuation areas. Authorities say it will turn back on when it's safe to do so. In the meantime, text the word FIRE to 509-448-2000 for more information.